What's the first thing that you remember about you? Now follow me. I promise you I'm going somewhere with this. What's the first thing that you remember about you? Your first impression. My first memory in life went something like this. I don't know why this is my first memory, but this is what I remember. I'm 3 or 4 years old. I walk up to a refrigerator. I open the refrigerator, and I see a gallon of milk. I reach in to grab the gallon of milk, and Jeff, right before my hand touches the milk, someone says, "No!" So my first memory in life was rejection. The first thing that I remember about me is someone saying no. Now the reality was, Ed, it wasn't my milk. The milk belonged to someone else. This is how I found out that I was living in a battered women's shelter. I was homeless. My mother, my 2 older brothers, were living in a shelter so we could be protected to live. My first memory in life was being homeless, being rejected, I didn't do anything to deserve to be in that position. It wasn't my fault. Homeless, rejected, father an abusive alcoholic. Now, I have every right to stand before you right now and say life is not fair. I could get away with it. I could actually win some of you over right now and get you on my pity wagon if I wanted to. I could actually use that story to create baggage in my life so people will never leave me alone. They'll always call and say, "Johnny, how are you doing?" Because I can use that. How many of you know that where you come from does not have to determine where you're going? How many of you understand that your past does not have to determine your future? According to the systems and the studies that have been done on me, I'm supposed to be an abusive alcoholic, an abusive father, an abusive husband. I'm supposed to be a loser in life. I'm supposed to be in prison. I'm supposed to be all these things that society says that I'm supposed to be. But I refuse to participate in somebody else's opinion and allow it to be my reality. Do you understand what I'm saying? See, a lot of times in life, we will borrow somebody else who's not even qualified to have an opinion to where you're going. You'll borrow their opinion, make it your reality, and it had nothing to do with you until you accepted it. I am supposed to be an abusive alcoholic. I actually agree. I am supposed to be a loser in life. I agree. I believe in numbers. I believe in the stats. I believe in percentages. But even in the midst of being a percentage, I still refuse to participate. How many of you are participating in what somebody else said you should be? How many of you are participating in somebody else's opinion? It's a scam, and you borrow that opinion and you make it your reality, and Carlos Rogers is in the exact same company, exact same comp plan, exact same product, exact same training tools, exact same everything, but the realities are different because they refuse to allow somebody else's mentality to become their reality. Everybody wants to be successful. Byron, everybody, like literally, everybody wants to be successful. But only a few people must be successful. Do you understand there's a difference between a want and a must? See, when you want something, it's optional. When you must have something, is non-negotiable. A want and a must. I have never wanted to be successful. Ever. I can never remember wanting to be successful. I do remember that I must be successful. I do remember never entertaining the option that success was not in my reach. Sigmund Freud says you become a product of your environment. Now I'm trying to impress you like I have an education. Sigmund Freud says you become a product of your environment, which basically means the things that you surround yourself around the most will ultimately dictate your character. And I do believe that to a certain degree. Here's my challenge. Is it possible that every single person in this room right now is around the exact same information? We're all around the exact same exposure. But many of us will get information and refuse to turn it into impartation. Information is when you hear something. You can be entertained by information. Impartation is when you hear it, you make it applicable, you apply it, you put it in motion, and you make it a part of your life. It's impartation, it's inside you. So there's no question that everybody got the same information today. The question is, will you participate in what you say you want and your reason for being here?